family. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I'm a little afraid here. I've been outside doing some work in the house. I have a gym. I put a little gym in my basement and I've been working out, and I'm going to go back down here in a little bit after I get done doing this, but I was called to start doing posting, I guess. Again, I have lots of messages and some videos that were recorded that I never posted, but I'm being called to come back. So it's time. Like, it's been a slow rebuild. It's been a slow process. It's been slow, but it needed to be, because there was so much. And even though I say it's time, this isn't the time where this is the time where you come out and as healed, right? Like, you are not your past. You're not your emotions. You're not popping out to talk about what's happened to you, I guess, if that makes any sense. If somebody asks you about it or they keep drilling you about it, I would ask them why it matters, right? You're not here to talk about that. Like, you're done with that. You've healed from it. You've moved on, okay? You took the lesson that you needed to take from it and you're done with it. You're ready to move on. This is the time for you now where you come out as the main character. But conversely, because it's like that law of polarity. So like, when you come out and you start welcoming in your abundance and your blessings, and you're living this main character life, there's also like a mass exodus. So as I start recording here, I just saw that Diane Keaton passed away. That's what I mean here, like a mass exodus. Like, you are going to see this probably started 2 or 3 weeks right as the end of eclipse season, I would say. You will notice people start passing away. People are going to lose loved ones. Karmics are going to go back to, like the start. You're going to see a lot of people pass away. And I would, probably for 2 more weeks, 2 to 3 more weeks, give or take. That's just the cycle that we're in, all right? So I did pull, before I started, before I hit record, I just pulled some cards just to see what's going on cosmically. And we got the 7th house, the 12th house, and the 1st house. So the 7th house deals with relationships, right? So partners, friendships, companionship, friends, marriage, any type of relationship. But then it also deals with like opposites and equilibrium and sharing, justice, balance, social awareness, okay? So then you go to the 12th house, and this is kind of the mystical, right? This is karma, forgiveness, subconscious, compassion. What else do I want to say? It also, because you have karma, so it's going to deal with like karmic debt and baggage. Kind of just your spiritual development, right? Like, you sort of dive into the deep end on this. So it's almost as if you're trusting it a little more. You've gotten rid of like the guilt, okay? Like, you looked that monster in the face and you got rid of the guilt. So now it's like you're pulling back together pieces of you, all right? So some of you may have become interested in Akashic records or past lives, or you might be you might start to have vivid dreams or memories of you in past lives, okay? That's the 12th house. Or I guess like you might be getting like messages in all different ways, right? That are helping you kind of like piece things together. It's all kind of about the unseen, and like, you've done so much healing, so now you're ready to kind of remember, right? You're allowing yourself to remember. And then the 1st house, this is your image, this is your outlook, this is your body, this is how you walk through life, what your philosophy is, like your opinions, the level of consciousness that you have, right? You are awakened at this point. You are self-aware, and that's the key. Like, you are so self-aware that you don't get pulled in. You can't get roped into that low vibrational gossip anymore. Like, you're not wanting to deal with any of that. You want real, right? You want truth. You want meat, okay? And how you express yourself, whether you change your hair, you change your makeup, you're changing your wardrobe, I mean, this could even go, I mean, it could even go, I mean, it's not really like how you decorate your house. You might be getting a different car, like how you perceive yourself and how the world perceives yourself, kind of. Like the world is gonna see a different you. This is that glow up, this is that transformation. It's kind of like your arrival, like the red carpet, okay? So I really feel like the board, the chessboard is flipped over, but it's not done yet, but it's time for you to pop out. And I say that because Aquarius came out. This is star energy, right? And it says POW on the card, if you see that. It says POW. That's what kept drawing me to that, POW. And it's also red, so red might be significant. That's the radical, the Aquarius, right? Like, you just are complete. This is out of the box, period. Experimental, right? Unique, liberal. You are eclectic. You are group oriented. You free. Like, you don't, it's like the chains are gone, you know? You're edgy, futuristic. You're utopian, not really dystopian. You're like disruptive, but like in a good way disruptive. It's like beautiful chaos, right? And then the last two cards were Pluto and Mercury. Pluto is transformation and Mercury is communication. Like I said, it's time for you to pop out. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I have football on, if you can't tell. My older sister is at the Nebraska-Maryland game, and being in Nebraska, of course, we always watch the Huskers. So I have the game on in the background. We're actually doing good. It's been a long time. I'm more into Nebraska volleyball, but never really been like a huge football fan, but I like football. I just like sports, but. So Pluto is that planet of transformation. So that's renewal. You know, you have learned inner resources. This is that recalling and understanding, like everything you need, you already have. You know, you have what it takes to bring in abundance, because it's a level of vibration. It's where you are. So use your gifts to bring in that abundance, right? Like you're starting to kind of pull that together instead of like asking for just a golden ticket. The golden ticket's already inside of you. You already have that golden ticket, but now it's like you're going to learn how to put it together to bring it in, right? Because it will flow to you, especially when you are using the gifts. And that means that you're on your path, right? It's your evolution, it's death, it's rebirth, it's like submerging yourself and then coming out. It's intense. Sometimes it's considered like taboo or reckoning, but it's a clearing, which, like I said, it's a mass exodus. And then Mercury, communication, okay? Words, thoughts. How do you think about yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How are you communicating? How are you expressing things, all right? How do you see things? What's your perception? Because perception is everything. You know, it's that hangman energy where you're able to like sit back and look at things. And then you look at it upside down. You look at it from the left. You look at it from the right. You look at it from the front. You look at it from the back. You look at it from here, right? It's like you levitate and you see the whole thing. Bird's eye view, okay? And your narrative may have changed. You know, you've risen above so much bullshit. And you can see that, you can see it. Like you can see low vibrational energy, low vibrational thought patterns. You can see that versus high vibrational, you know? And if you, like, this is where you realize you've healed that lack mindset, that lack mentality, okay? You've healed those wounds. You've healed those generational curses. You don't really care what other people think. You don't care. That's a huge shift, okay? And also, people are not sure. Like, you are mystifying people. People are a little afraid of you, but they're intrigued. Scared, but love. Hate, but love. Like, there's some who are just jealous. They're always gonna be. Just let it go, right? You don't care, because you've risen above it. You're just out there walking in your path, walking in the light, walking in divine truth. You don't give a flying F about what people think, what people say. Aries, fire starter, which we just had that full moon in Aries, and that's what that meant, that it was this time, it was the time. It's time to take action. And some people aren't gonna like it. Cancer, you know, a lot of water energy. you are balanced. This is giving like King of Cups, Queen of Cups energy. You're tapped in, you're tuned in, you're turned on, right? Like, don't get dirty on me, but you know it, you can see it, you can sense it, right? And you're not gonna let people play on your emotions anymore because you're not that person. You know, there's people that are trying to keep pulling you back into the timeline where you were beneficial to them. They were hurting you, but you were helping them. You're not doing that anymore. It's almost like you've reincarnated, right? So, man, I would strut. Let's see if there's anything else they want me to know. Let's see. Just got really windy here. Saturn, wisdom, karma, discipline, structure, responsibility, tests. You've passed the test. You passed the test. You graduated, right? You're moving on. You're grounded, you're practical, you have self-control, you're determined, you're, you know. Perception. I said perception. I love when my team works with me on that. So again, social media, speaking, your thoughts, writing. This could also include going out on excursions, taking a little trip, just to see different things. Dating, if you are interested in that or not, you will probably, a lot of my readings have kind of been a little bit lovey-dovey. But again, if that's not what you're manifesting, that's not for you, right? Like, so just, I'm saying, this is a large collective. People are just fucking talking about you. Like, this is your surroundings. This is your sociability. It's circulation. It's like you are a headline, right? Because you mystify people. Because you've healed. Chiron. All right? This is huge. This is massive growth. Huge personal development. This is finding who you are, which is the foundation of that spiritual inheritance. Okay? That self-doubt, the generational trauma, the curses, shame. You've forgiven yourself, right? You've cleansed yourself of that, and you've taken the strength from it, and you're moving forward. So let's get into the message here and see. I mean, that was actually a pretty damn good message. But, you know, for so long we were reading all these dark people that, you know, these low vibrational, you know, Earth is the lowest vibrational planet anyways, so it is full of low vibrational thought patterns and low vibrational like groups. And that's why we came here, is to raise it. And there's a huge, massive opening, right? We have a massive exodus, and then we have a massive influx of things that are coming in. Let's do, okay, that just made me think. I'm gonna use this deck. I wanna see, because there's a lot that's being exposed, whether you're aware of it or not. But like I was saying, we were doing these readings, and there were some terribly, terribly depressing readings. But now I really like what we're reading, you know? I did take some notes here. Was it yesterday? Yeah. So I just had my little round mound of sound play some music, and a lot of it was gospel, which is fine. I like to listen to gospel music, but it was Elvis's, and that's just, I mean, I love listening to Elvis gospel. If you've never done it, you need to. I mean, it's just cleansing in and of itself. But the very first song that came on, hold on a minute. You guys, look how cute this notebook is. Because I do like psychic crime investigation. Sorry, I'll get back to the message. So the first song that came out was about reaching out to Jesus, because he's reaching out to you. That's what you've done, right? It's like you put the trust in God that he put in you. The second song that came on, I have to look this up here. I just heard the word doll. Interesting. The second song that came on was, I think it's called The Wonder of You by Elvis, which isn't, that's not really, gospel, but it could be. But I was called to the second verse. When you smile, the world is brighter. And you touch my hand, I'm a king. Your kiss to me is worth a fortune. Your love for me is everything. So that song's pretty powerful. The next song that came on, I don't know what it's called, but he's singing about running on for a long time. And it's about low vibrational energies. And, sorry. It says, God Almighty gonna cut you down, run on for a long time, but God Almighty is gonna cut you down. Let me see if I can find that. I'm sure this is so exciting for you to watch me look up lyrics, but here it is. Like that song is basically about, like, it's a warning to sinners. That's why it was written. Like, I remember the song when I was younger. It's like, you cannot escape divine judgment for your actions, regardless of how you hide. Like, you cannot. It's like Adam and Eve trying to hide in the Garden of Eden after they ate and they knew they were naked and they were trying to hide from God, right? Like, he's gonna find you. Like, okay. So it's a warning. It's inescapable justice. It's a warning to the evildoers. It's about the inevitability of consequences. But the lyrics, I wrote down second and third verse. So the second verse, well, you may throw your rock, hide your hand, working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to this light. And then he talks, like, this goes up to, like, the first, I think it's like the second chorus. Go tell that long tongue liar, it's like Pinocchio with the tongue, Pinocchio's tongue. Tell the midnight rider, so that's like your Knight of Cups, but in the reverse. Tell the rambler, the liar, the gambler, and the backbiter, so people who stab, like Judas. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down. You can run on for a long time. Sooner or later, God will cut you down. I listened to that song again because I've never heard it that way, especially that second verse. So like I said, it's a mass exodus. It's inevitable justice. You cannot escape the sins, right? You cannot. Then we had If I Can Dream from Elvis, and I just like that song. Like, it's like, if I can dream, why can't they come true? And I felt like a lot of us feel that way. Like, we're just waiting. Like, we've been doing so much work. And a lot of us, like, you keep hearing readings about things are coming in for you. Things are coming in for you. Like, they are, but if they haven't, it means that there's still a little bit for you that you need to heal. And you know that because you get triggered by it. So whatever in those readings triggers you, that's what you need to learn to sit with. And I would just sit with it, or, automatic write with it, journal with it, and that's a really good way to get rid of it. Because I heard another song where it was like, we call on God only when things are bad, but why don't we call on him when we're counting our blessings and while we can still make hay and like while we're happy? We should be calling on God at all times, because you have to learn that without him there's nothing, with him everything. So it's like a cup, it's like the Ace of Cups, right? So it's a cup of joy or it's a cup of sorrow, right? So it's like you need to be thanking the Lord and praying to him every day. Abundance isn't just money. Love is not just having somebody that loves you and respects you, right? Like, love is loving yourself. It's loving everything that God's given you. It's loving the wind. It's loving the grass. It's loving the rain. It's not like you have to go out and hug it every day, but you have to look at, when you woke up this morning, like, geez, you woke up. God put you on the wake up list. He must love you. Thank you. Thank him for waking you up. You had animal food. You had food for you. You had coffee. You had running water. You had a towel to dry off after the shower. You probably got out of bed. And most of you probably have 2 feet. Some don't. but they're still here and they're still doing it. Like, God woke you up, you got out of bed, you could hear, you could see, you could smell, you could taste. Start your day like that. You know, try it. Just try it, you know? I think that's something powerful, is that when we lose our way, when things are hard, when things hurt, when things are taken and we don't understand it and we're broken down to our knees, and that's when we go to him, yes. But we should go to him when, you know, we win the lottery, or we meet a wonderful person, or we find a new pet, or we make a new friend, or we, you know, watch a show that affected us, or we heard a song that was beautiful. Like, that's all him. So being aware, right? And I feel like that's what's happening. And that's like, you know, some of us are really good at it. Some of us are just starting, and that's fine. But awareness of it and doing it, it's pretty cool what happens, you know? I mean, I talk to God every single minute of every single day. That's about the only person I talk to, him and my spirit team. And then whoever decides that they need to channel with me for, you know. And like, I channel some celebrities. Like, I've said this before in other videos. I'm channeling a lot with Ozzy Osbourne right now, which is so weird because I was not like a Black Sabbath person. To be honest, I didn't know much about him, but I did like watch the show that he had on MTV, like with his family. And I started to watch, I think it's on Hulu. I think it's just called Ozzy. I might be wrong. You should watch it. You know, he was bound and determined to never go back to what he was raised in. Bullied, attacked, had nothing. He wanted the world to know his name, and he did it. But the last couple years of his life were brutal. But in this, they talk about how they got him to start writing a song. Like, somebody wanted to work with him, and they found a way to make it work, and it was like overnight. The depression was gone. The pain was tolerable. He was physically stronger. And like they talk about, that was like the power of the mind, the power of controlling and not being controlled. So, and you know, I have been laid up for 5 or 6 years with health problems, parathyroid crap, tumors in there, massive kidney stones, massive kidney problems, kidney disease, cardiac issues because of potassium and calcium, just illnesses, right? Like illnesses. And then I finally had to have my kidney taken out. And until I was able to pull myself out and start focusing on something that was fun, creative, play-like, joyful, right? I didn't really start to feel better. And I'm still working on it, you know? So, you know, Ozzy, like, I think he was painting, or he like started doing target practice and stuff. And then when he got to use his gift, right? That was his gift from God, was to sing and to entertain. You know, he went from like, however many people would go see him in a show to being laid up on a couch. That's really hard. And that's what it was like for me. I mean, I wasn't performing and I wasn't on a stage, because let's be clear, I'm not famous, but I was out doing things. I had a small business. I was teaching. I was doing things. I was coaching. I was, you know, like, and then I couldn't do anything. It's hard. You know, it does mess with your mind when you get sick, right? And your whole reality, your whole life changes. And it's understandable to be sunken and to be down. But you know, I heard somebody once say, like, you are closest to God when you are like a child, when you're playing. And that's true. So I found something that I liked. I found something to do that I enjoyed, you know. And then I found out, so much more about me. And now you get to see me, because that's something I learned about myself. So I encourage you all, if you feel like you're in that energetic state or you're there, to find something you like to do, you know. Even if it's like a coloring book. Color, or listen to audiobooks, put a puzzle together, you know. It doesn't have to be anything big. Cook, organize recipes. Silly things are, you know, it's super funny how God works. See, what did I say? I said, we're victory, we're doing it. It's time for us to pop out of all of these cards. Victory. All right, what else do you need this collective to know? Because it's been a doozy. What can you tell us here? Access. What did access? You passed the test. Look at you. You opened the door here, and now look. You have like stars coming in. Look at you running. There's some red. I told you red was important. Blue might be important. That looks like the North Star. Or was that what they said? What was the star in the Bible, like when Jesus was born? I think it's the North Star. I think that's serious, isn't it? Well, don't come at me if I'm wrong. But anyways, like, it's been a long race. It's time for you to come out because you've gained so much access to who you are. Look at that. There's a liar. Isn't there always? Doing energy work. You are. That's why this isn't working. I gotta wash my hair. It's gross. I had it all braided and knotted up, and so now it like looks all yucky, but it's been so windy. I cannot make it up. Look at that source. You are coming back to who you are, which is an earth angel, which is divine. Okay? You've risen above. Oh, beautiful. You are safe and guarded. Anything else? I told you these are good readings. Yeah. Children, creation, investments. You're gonna see kind of a boom. Now it's not, maybe it won't be overnight. For some of you it might be, but we all know it wasn't overnight. Nothing is overnight, but it may seem like it. But this stuff, it's like your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, that sense of creativity, that passion, that energy, Ace of Wands energy, Knight of Wands energy, like you have the energy to go, like you're ready to move and to take action on something, and you've planned it, like the whole wands. Think of the wands, right? Because it's game over for those that were trying to block you. Game over. There's no more pretentiousness, okay? No more pretentiousness, because you healed. You're rock stars. Look at you, little Sigmas, independent, intelligent, fearless, strong, silent, and mysterious. I love it. Told you. It's like I'm psychic. Sports might be a thing. You might be getting back into doing things or going to sporting events or live things. Nebraska's up 1 touchdown, so it's 7-0. Yeah, glow up. I can't make it up. Look at that. Alluring. Look how hot you are. You are enticing. You are attractive. People are just infatuated with you. Alrighty. I'm sorry. We'll get down to the brass tacks. So let's see what's really happening. We'll get back to the base. Oh, look at that. Red. Okay. So we'll use the wisdom of the, oops. I really do hope you guys are all doing well. I miss you guys. I haven't seen you guys. I haven't been on. I did try to do a live the other night, and it was fun. I wasn't on for too long, but I think I might do one tonight. I don't know. I might do one after I post this, because why not, right? I might. We'll see. Hopefully you guys can watch, can chime in. I do really hope you guys are all doing well, though. I can't believe it's October. Like, it's like Halloween time. Soon it's gonna be like Christmas. I saw somebody in my neighborhood. They were putting up their Christmas lights already, which honestly is probably smart, but I feel like we're gonna have a warmer winter. We might have some snow, but it's gonna be warmer. But they're putting up their lights. Also, people in my neighborhood have tons of Halloween lights up. Halloween lights, like it's insane. You can drive around my neighborhood and it seems like Christmas, except it's all orange and purple. There's one house like right around the corner here who has like octopus legs sticking out from their windows. Octopus might be significant, squid, deep sea animals, ocean. Ooh, I just heard blood in the water. I don't think that's for our collective though. Oh, I just heard dead in the water. All right. Okay, right off the bat. Yeah, look at that. We are co-creating with Source. Okay? A number 40. 40 might be, the number 40 might be significant, or 4. All right, what's the obstacle? Advice. Oh, that was advice. Outcome. Jeez, outcome. Yeah. This is beautiful. So your overall energy is that of co-creating. You are working with Source, like you know when to sit back and chill and let God take the wheel. The obstacle is you're in this yin energy, this receptive energy. The advice is why here. You're not asking any questions. You are learning, you're balancing. I just saw new offers for you. New offers for you, receiving. The obstacle to co-creating is letting God take the wheel sometimes. Like he's driving you to the destination, take a break, but you're so used to being in like that masculine, that take action energy, right? The co-creating is you sitting back, like you sitting shotgun, right? So, and that's why, like, people don't like that you're receiving things either. So you are not asking questions, but they might be like, why her? Why, you know, like that's not fair. Well, it's low vibrational to think what's fair, what's not, right? Like, also they're comparing, and we don't compare anymore because everybody's different. It's like readers, right? Like how many readers are there? The spiritual community is insane. Yes, we all do the same thing kind of, but we all get different downloads. The underlying message may be the same, but it's all different, and how we deliver it is different. And whatever is coming into you in a way that is divine, right? So that's why it's like, I don't like to get into too many like issues about timing or exactly what it is you're receiving. Like I'll look at main energies and things like that, but it's such a large collective, right? And we are welcoming new members every second of every day. So you have, it's always going to be kind of like a wave, right? Like we're going to have like a certain message for a little while, and then we might feel like we're backtracking, but we're not backtracking. It's just because the collective, right? We get new friends. So you're co-creating, you're learning how to sit back and receive because you are worthy. So a lot of I am statements maybe. Knowing that you're worthy, knowing who you are, knowing if that people don't come correct, they're not coming in at all because you're really kind of protecting your energy, and you don't question anything. You don't try to force anything. Like you have knowledge, you have answers. You don't really like play victim anymore, right? You're victor, you're not victim. And the outcome is orphaned, and it came out in the reverse. This is that lack. Okay? You realize that what was done to you to put you in a state of lack, to make you feel not good enough, to make you feel abandoned, to make you feel not smart, to make you feel like a doormat, was never issues with you. It was their problem, right? You have dug down deep into your soul. You have dug down deep and you have talked with God. You had an interview with God. You may not have even said a word. It could have happened while you were sleeping. It could have happened while you were going through chemo. It could have happened during a surgery. It could have happened anytime, right? It could be happening when you're driving to work. But it clicked, and you realized how fucking awesome you are. So the outcome is nobody can take that from you now, because you know. So those who want to come in and create chaos and conflict because they feel like there's unfinished business, that's not happening. Because you have entered in here. Okay? God's driving. You are going to start to see all this beautiful these serendipitous blessings come in, right? There could also, like I said, there could also be a union, a divine union, a divine soulmate. You might be calling in those, but you know, we don't have loyal heart. We didn't get that soulmate card, but to me, this says you're balanced. You're in alignment. So you have learned to kind of chill out. You've chilled a little bit because you realize that you were blocking yourself from this when you just let go and let God, you know? So I like this. Yep, nobody's going to be able to pull you back into the timeline of where you were their energetic source, while you were their power supply. Like, that time is over, you know? And like, that's that mass exodus. Like I said, you're going to see, as sad as it is, you're going to see people tragically pass away. Some will get sick. Some will have, unfortunately, accidents. But you are not in the energy of looking back anymore. That's not how you roll anymore, and that's wonderful. So keep doing that. What do I want to do? Fuck, what do I want to do? This is taking forever. Oh, it's only at 36. All right, let's do just regular tarot. Oh, and look at that. 2 of Swords. I always laugh when I see this card, and the High Priestess. Could it be more clear? God is saying, shut up. Shut up. You're not listening to me. You needed to make a choice. I want you here. So I'm going to force you to listen to me. And you did. So now, oh God, balance is coming in. You've done a lot of fucking work. You really worked on yourself. Okay, you are getting your shit in line. Like, there's really not much any more for you to do. You took action swiftly. You know, you worked on yourself, or God, you know, threw you through a door that you didn't really realize needed to be there. You were just angry for a while, but now you know why. So balance is coming in. Balance is coming in. Like I said, you know, because you made a tough choice. Now it's like you don't care anymore if you have choices to make, because you have kind of that clarity, that Ace of Swords. You can cut right through the bullshit. You can see through all the illusions. You know, you are Emperor, Empress energy. Like I said, we did have the yin and the yang come out. So the 8 of Cups I just saw, like, you didn't escape anything. You did. There was an exit route that was created for you, but when you got off on that ramp, it wasn't escapism. You were forced to sit and heal that within yourself, because you were what your family, your generations have been waiting for. Judgment, see? Judgment. Mass exodus. Knight of Swords, Judgment. I just heard, be glad you are where you are. There's the be glad you are where you are. The Judgment card and the 4 of Wands. That's the 1111 card. That's happiness. It does not have to be with a partner. You can just be by yourself and be balanced. And it's you and your spirit team and God. It doesn't have to be love, so don't go there. All right? I'm just reading the energies. You know what you're manifesting. You know what you're trying to call in. You know, right? Whatever you've done. We just had Judgment and then the 3 of Cups. That's Ascension. The Star. All right. Co-create as the current energy. What is co-create? Page of Wands. With the Six of Wands right behind it. So this is, you know, the pages, it's a message. It could be getting a letter, it could be getting an email, a text, some sort of communication. We had Mercury earlier about something, you know, from the past. You know, this is kind of a card of like nostalgia, not holding grudges, like you've moved on. I feel like what might possibly be is you've let go of some of this and now you've had a little bit of a spark, right? Like you might be finding out something that kind of helps propel you forward. And that's that co-create, right? Like that message, that's that co-creating. God's going to give you that. Like that's the, you know, just don't get in the way of it. I feel like people in the past, you might have missed a few signs or missed some information or communication from the divine, but you're not doing that anymore. So can't make it up. There's justice. Yeah. So you're probably going to get something that involves an issue from the past that you've said goodbye to. It doesn't really matter anymore. You detached yourself from it, if that makes sense. Kind of the Four of Cups energy. You might have forgotten about it in a way where your soul has. It doesn't really emotionally affect you anymore. Obstacle here with Yin. Yeah. Why are they getting things and not me? That's the obstacle, right? Like you're learning to sit back and not get in your way, and holy shit, you've got access. Remember, we had the access card come out, and you have low vibrational energies, karmic energies going, why her, not me? Why him, not me? They're whatever they were doing to you does not work. It didn't work. It's not working. So they want to know why them. This group tried very, very hard for a very long time to break you. They were so ego-driven to create towers for you in where you work, at home, your neighborhood, whatever, okay? You know your story best. It didn't work. And now that you know who you are, and this is coming in for you, it's an obstacle to you because, you know, they're going to project, they're going to try to do bullshit. But here's the thing with the Justice card here, this tells me somebody has some pretty dirty hands. Somebody has quite a bit of karmic debt. And the good Lord, the Most High, is going to make sure they pay. So whatever was taken from you, intellectual theft, it could be property theft. I mean, it could be anything under the sun, all right? Money, belongings, you know, attacking an earth angel just in general is breaking spiritual law. And you have to pay for that. Somebody is very, very, very sad that they missed out on you. You completely detached from them. You took the cup. Yeah, God threw you down the stairs, but then he offered you the cup of water and you took it. This person did not. This person likes to drink out of lots of cups. And now he's realizing, or she's realizing, she fucked up the best thing she ever had. That's that why. That's that why. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Not what can I learn from this, but why is this happening to me? Or my favorite one, why does this always happen? Like now if I hear that, I have to walk away. Because I'm not nice enough to like answer that politely yet. You know, it's like if the same thing keeps happening to you wherever you go, then maybe the problem is not where you're going, the problem is you. Why don't you sit and spin? Maybe, like when a dog eats something that they're not supposed to and they gotta make them throw up, you can't gag a dog. So you gotta, like if you can't, hopefully you can get them to get medicine, but if it doesn't work, they'll sit them in a spin and they'll spin them because that will make them throw up. Sit and spin. Let's see advice. It's 10, 10 endings, 10 to 0 right now. You are moving on to calmer waters. You are healing. You are transitioning. Okay? Your advice, sit back and enjoy the ride. Look outside. Look at the view. Huh? Because you have something coming in. You're moving on. You have a manifestation coming in, and it's going to be fucking phenomenal. Just, I know it is. All right? Because you passed the test. You have information. You're ready to take that information and apply it and make it applicable in your life to where it brings in abundance, right? Because this is that pentacle that gets planted, right? The Ace of Pentacles is like the first step. A lot of times I always look at like I got out and that I got my life. I wasn't killed, right? That's my Ace of Pentacles. Now, if the Lord wants to drop a huge $1 million penny in my lap, that's wonderful. But nothing will beat the fact that I survived, right? And so now it's like you take this, you're ready for it because you're not going to mishandle it. You're not going to mismanage it. And that's where you're going. And you're ready. Because look, all the swords, you took them with you. There's 5 swords there, 6 technically, but you took all of them. And you're not looking back. You're not looking back. You're all covered. The next card was Orphaned in the reverse, and as I put my cards together, there's that 5 of Pentacles card. That's where you were. Orphaned for the outcome. Knight of Wands. What did I say? The Knight of Wands. Action. You're ready to go. Energy. Moving forward. Passionately. It doesn't have to be reckless. This is that creative energy. Like you get a spark and you go. You healed. It's like, I don't want that anymore. I'm going the other way, right? You took this Ace of Wands, which is where they had you, delayed, right? Feeling not creative, like lethargic, no energy, no drive, I guess. And I mean, if you're a male, like if you're a karmic male, like this could mean it's not working because you might actually be one of, like, I don't know, you like different, you like all sorts of cups, right? But you collective, you flip the script. You're running away from this. You took it, flipped it, and you're off. Off to the races. We just got another touchdown, as I was saying. Off to the races. You took it and you ran, and they got a touchdown. Okay? You ran away from this toxicity. Even if you were the toxic thing, you learned and you healed, right? So something really happy is coming in. There's some sort of partnership coming in here because you healed. And whatever this is, it's going to make you shine. Okay? And you can trust this. It's the Knight of Cups and the Hermit. I feel like somebody's been watching you, not in a creepy way, but they don't know how you do it. They're mesmerized by you, and they don't know how to come in. They don't know how to come in. They don't know what to say. Because you are high vibrational, you are divine, you are balanced, you are healed fucking energy. That is a frequency that people on this earth are not used to, okay? And somebody doesn't know how to come in, but they want to. They want to. I said you've healed. You took these out. They don't know how you did it. They've been watching. My ears, oh my God, my ears ringing. Okay, you really, really, really learned something powerful about yourself, okay? Because Big Mike doesn't come out when it's just a simple little truth. No, this is a huge, huge lesson learned. This is a huge amount of acuity, a huge amount of clarity, a huge amount of understanding where you were, why things happened, why you chose what you chose, and where you went from there, and what you did with it. And now you're back. And you have that under your belt and you're that much stronger. This doesn't just come out because you learned that 2 + 2 is 4. You really did some healing too. Like, you're gonna be really glad you walked away because whatever's coming in. Let's see if I can get the Knight of Swords and the Lovers. Somebody really might be coming in. I'm gonna use a different deck. I'll use this one. This deck likes to go everywhere though. It's like a foil deck. I think they're foil cards. I think that's what you call them. But they're so pretty. Look at that. Look at that. The 4 cups. Somebody's Sia. Somebody's crying in their Cheerios. Or somebody's fantasy football team sucks. I'm just kidding. I don't do fantasy football. But there's the World card and the 10 of Cups speaking out. And the 2 of Wands. And Justice. And Justice. So whatever this is, well-deserved collective. All right, clarify, co-create. We have the 6 of Cups, Justice, Page of Wands. The Pre-Empress. You did this by yourself, collective. You pulled yourself up. You are self-made. This could be a huge financial gift. This is luxury. This is wealth. This is peace, right? And this is you. Look how radiant that is. Look at all these pentacles. And there's just an unknown amount of pentacles there. And you are basking in it. Because, again, like I said, you know, a lot, like to me that says you've balanced your nervous system, like you're not in survival mode anymore. A lot of us were. We were in like survival mode. We've, you know, it's been a couple years. Oh, I can't even make it up. Look at that. Maybe 7 years. Could be 16 years, 7 and 9, okay? You're no longer in survival mode. You're healing your nervous system, right? You're regulated, you're balanced. It's never heart over mind or mind over heart. You know when to use which, and you're not fooled. Anything else for co-create? Oh, these cards. I'm not kidding, these cards will like fly everywhere. I have this color, and I think I have a pink one, and then I have a blue one. I do love these. I like these cards. Oh, I have a gold one too. I have a lot of cards. That might mean somebody might be building their tarot collection, or if they have found something, they... Ace of Cups, the High Priestess. Ace of Cups, cup of sorrow or cup of joy. Cup of sorrow, cup of joy. My blue cards like this. I have a lot of cups. I have a lot of cards. I was using at my folks' house, like we were doing something, and I was using them to do a reading for, I don't know what I was doing, but I spilled coffee. And so now every time I open the box and use them, it smells like coffee. I don't mind it. Nothing else there. Oh wait, just kidding, the Magician. Okay, are you fucking kidding me? Those who are trying to challenge you right now, I'm not a doctor, all right? Like I'm not diagnosing anybody, but I'm telling you they need mental help. Clarify Yin as the obstacle here. Judgment, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Ten to 7, so it's 17. 10 and 7 is 17. That's the star. That's the star. A 3 might be, number 3 might be significant. The Hierophant. What did I say? If they're coming against you, they need their head examined because they're coming against this person. They're mocking God. They're not bothering you. They don't offend you because they're just mocking him, and that's not smart. Why is that not smart? That's why it's not smart. Why? You want to know why? Because you want to trump, that trumps an ace. This is going to trump that every day. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's what you don't see. It's coming. The advice here, Page of Pentacles, Six of Swords. See? Death and rebirth. What did I say? You are transitioning. You're moving, right? You've learned your lesson. Glow up of the century. You're beautiful. We've got the Nine of Cups out here, or Nine of Pentacles out here. And what else what did we have here? I saw the Nine of Swords, so you probably have people in their head. But it's probably because they did shit and he's mad. So now the devils they sent after you are after them, and they're not doing well. All right? They're not doing well. They look like my straggly hair. I promise I'll fix it. All right, what do we have here? Orphan in the reverse, Ace of Wands to the Knight of Wands. For your outcome, and then I'll probably get out of here. It was 55-55 when I looked up. So 5 might be significant. That's too many. But I just saw the wheel. There's the Wheel of Fortune for your outcome. And the Eight of Wands. You have arrived. You have arrived. Okay? The King of Pentacles, you have arrived. There may be a King of Pentacles that wants to come in and offer you. There's the Ace of Wands. That's a confirmation on the Ace of Wands. But you're not going to know how it's going to come in because Spirit likes to surprise you. But you are in a King of Pentacles energy. You are in an Emperor energy, all right? But since I saw the Lovers, as I was going through these cards, that is like a kingdom spouse. That is like a divine partnership. The King of Pentacles is like the husband, right? I just saw the Six of Wands and then the Justice card again. So for some of you, it might be, yeah, whatever this is that's coming, there's the Four of Wands and the, oh my God, and the Wheel of Fortune. All right. This is fucking phenomenal and it's deserved. You deserve every single thing that's coming to you because you really have done all the work. And I do feel like there might be somebody that was watching you, the King of Pentacles. There may be, all right? And it may be a business opportunity. It may be something, but you're gonna hear of it. You're gonna get some sort of communication because they're super impressed with how you handled yourself and what you did. So what's coming in is gonna make you so happy because of all the work that you've done. Like you're gonna be able to rest. Then there's the Emperor. Oh my gosh, there's the Emperor and the Empress. And I speak the fucking truth. So for some of you, it could be a relationship. Yeah. You know this is coming in. All right? You have wishes coming in, you have blessings coming in, but the moon being here, I don't take the moon right now as something that's being done in the dark. Even if the Seven of Swords would have popped out, I feel like the Seven of Swords is a card that just gets a bad rap because yes, it does mean deception and betrayal, but it also means strategy and it means being strategic. And I think that Spirit knows you're fucking hard as fuck to impress or to surprise. So they're really cloaking what's coming. Also remember, you have to remember, they're not going to bring in all these massive blessings until those who are not for you are completely gone. So whether you have detached from them or not, which I think the way this reading is going, you completely have detached from them, they still might think, because they're delusional, that there's a shot. And because of that, you know, it takes a little bit of time. Let me see if I want to do anything else. Let's see if I get any more. I'll see if I get a confirmation with this deck. And then I'll sign out. Oh, look at that. I just split it to receiving sacred gifts. So let me see here. And then I just saw written in the stars. So let's see if I can get any confirmations here. I do feel really good. Like the energy has changed. You're not taking any BS. I mean, you're cutthroat, but you are nice about it. You're Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords energy, you know? And I think Somebody wants to come in and offer you something. So it could really be work. It could be work. It could be friendship. It could be like your tribe, like your soul tribe. You might be finding your soul tribe. Because remember, where you're vibrating and where you're at, like that's what you're going to attract, right? So if you're in a state of lack and that's not healed, then you're just going to bring in more lack, because the wavelength that you're on, the frequency that you're on tells the universe that's where you are, so it's just going to send you more. But you've evolved above that, so you're going to find you're in the flow. What is that in Finding Nemo? When they're in the, what is it, the EAC, or the East Atlantic Current with the turtles? All right, let's see. Is there any confirmation here? Look at that. Adorned with flowers, devotion, love, and reverence, purity and divine beauty, self-love. See, that fits the Empress energy. Yeah. Anything else? These cards are tricky, so I try to be really careful with how they are, because I don't like them to be like going every which way, all willy-nilly. Somebody's getting a pretty penny. Large sum of money. Expensive, high value, high income, windfall, profits, financial success, fortune, wealth, and prosperity. Confirmation, there's a knock on my door. It's my wreath from the wind. But it's also a wreath that has little flowers and eucalyptus, and that is a sign. So wreaths might be significant. I just thought about that. You might be putting up fall wreaths. Maybe make wreaths. I make my own. If you're interested in that, Hobby Lobby always has huge sales. Like every other week, it'll be like on glass stuff, but then it'll be flowers, and then it'll, so I would check Hobby Lobby's out. I think Michael's might do the same thing. So yeah, like this is a change, like an out, like somebody's lost. They're out of touch with reality, in the clouds. They are misled. Like they're not grounded, okay? They're roaming, they're lost. So that's not where you are anymore. And you know what? It is not your responsibility to save them. It's not. Don't. Yeah. See, they're not grounded. Throat chakra in the reverse, root chakra in the reverse, okay? This is what they were doing to you, because it's kind of landed on top of the Magician. They were doing the worst and the most, and they were doing it too often. They were doing root work on you, and they were trying to shut you up. But they can't anymore because you healed. So what they did to you, they are experiencing. So the lies they told now are being exposed. Emotional renewal for you. Crown, you know this. Crown chakra and the blue lotus. Your consciousness has expanded. There's spiritual awakening. You found inner peace. Some of you might be having dreams. Like you might be having real crazy ass dreams. And some of your dreams might be blocked, but that's going to come back. Because the crown chakra here, you're being protected is all that is. And then we have like the Ace of Cups, okay, the chalice, emotional renewal. You are in control of your mind and your emotions, all right? And because of that, you are calm, cool, and collected all the time. So you're not afraid. You face the unknown. You face those difficult realities. Like you took that tower moment like a champ. I can't even make it up. Like, so this card in the upright says grounded and celestial. Those that were doing this root work and this throat chakra blocking, they are not grounded, okay? You have something coming, signed, sealed, and delivered, and it's lights out for others, okay? It is, just period, point blank. It's just, okay? And I'm being called to say, like, it's, oh gosh, snake in the grass and then payday. Yeah. Do not look back and do not feel bad. I mean, as a human and as an earth angel, there's always going to be grace and compassion. Yes, but you don't go overboard on feeling bad, because I'm hearing they were told. They knew what was coming, but they didn't listen. I told you, I don't fucking lie. I talk with the divine. Look what fucking came out. Truth bomb. I speak the fucking truth. And they are now having to face the fact that whatever they said about collective, oh, collective this, collective that, collective this, collective that, all right, collective is doing this to me, collective is this, collective is that. That isn't the case. And the truth bomb, all right? This is shocking and unexpected, right? This is information, this is revelations, and it's destroying the foundation that they thought they had. So what you went through, collective, is now happening to them, but way worse. And whatever was taken from you is coming back. This illusion they leave, that these evil clowns, okay? These evil clowns are in, all right? These bullies, that they devalued you, they humiliated you, they made you the butt of the joke. They were nice to your face, but then they'd make fun of you. I mean, these are the people that would, like, in a group setting, like, backhand compliment you or share something that you don't want shared, right? Like, make fun of how you speak or how you say something, or talk about embarrassing moments that they only know about, that you don't need the world to know about, but they like tell a group at a party, right? Because they think it's funny. These evil clowns, they're being taken out of your life for good, and you're receiving your flowers. Okay? You did it. So all aces, winning, having the advantage, infinite power, skills, leverage, success ensured, getting your way, information and resources needed to get ahead. Whatever they tried to keep quiet, they can't do it anymore. So, there you go, collective. What a fucking read. I like doing these reads because they're not like scary and sad, and like, you are just in such a good place. And even if you feel like you're not, okay? Even if you feel like things aren't coming in or it hasn't changed, no, it has changed. Just detach from it and let it happen naturally, because it will. And that's my advice for you, all right? On this beautiful Saturday, what is it, October 11th? It's October 11th, so it's 10/11. Just hang in there, collective. Enjoy the ride, right? At this point, you know how to protect your energy, you know how to protect your boundaries, you know how to show up, right? So it's time for you to show out. Be the star that you are. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.